The last house on Cold Hill. Ravenswood was a picturesque town with its cobblestone streets and charming cottages, but at the end of Cold Hill stood a house that cast a shadow over the neighborhood. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the property, avoiding it as one might avoid a plague. They whispered of disappearances and unexplained phenomena, but Emily and Mark, fresh to town and full of optimism, dismissed these tales as mere superstitions. The couple had moved into the house in late autumn, just as the leaves turned gold and red. The house, with its faded paint and overgrown garden, seemed like a diamond in the rough. They could see past the peeling wallpaper and cracked windows, imagining how they would restore it to its former glory. Their first night, however, set an ominous tone. As they unpacked, Emily felt an unnerving coldness that settled in her bones despite the central heating being on full blast. Mark, practical and skeptical, attributed it to drafts from the old windows. Yet, that night, Emily awoke to what she could only describe as whispers, faint and incoherent, like the murmurs of a crowded room. She nudged Mark awake, but he brushed it off, claiming it was the house settling or her imagination. Over the following days, the whispers intensified, sometimes forming fragmented words that seemed to plead for help or warn of imminent danger. Emily found herself drawn to the house's history, discovering that the previous owners had all left abruptly. A pattern emerged. Each family lasted less than a year before abandoning the house. One rainy evening, Emily ventured into the attic, searching for clues. The attic was cluttered with old furniture draped in sheets and boxes of forgotten belongings. Amidst the chaos, she discovered an old journal bound in cracked leather. The pages were yellowed with age, filled with erratic scrawls and unsettling sketches of ritualistic symbols. The final entry was a desperate cry for help. "They are restless. We must leave before it's too late." Emily's heart pounded as she read the journal, feeling the oppressive weight of its contents. She tried to show Mark, but he was increasingly dismissive of her fears. Their arguments grew more frequent, Mark attributing Emily's unease to stress and fatigue. One night, as Emily lay in bed, the whispers grew louder, almost as if they were speaking directly to her. Shadows began to flicker and dart across the walls, their movements too deliberate to be mere tricks of light. The house seemed to breathe, its walls expanding and contracting in rhythm with her racing heartbeat. Mark, growing frustrated with Emily's constant anxiety, decided to confront the source of their problems. He ventured into the basement, an area they had avoided due to its oppressive darkness. The basement was filled with old furniture and forgotten relics covered in dust. In one corner, he noticed an antique mirror, its surface clouded with grime. When he cleaned it, the reflection